After 4 weeks of football, the Chargers go into the week 5 bye. We take a look and recap at some of the offensive stats that did not seem to be going right under offensive coordinator Greg Roman. And we start to break down what seems to be going wrong here with the Chargers on Chargers Syndicate. What is going on, Charger fans? It is Jake Silva here on Charger Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If it is your first time here on the channel, do not be shy. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. So today's video, we're recapping all 4 weeks of the Chargers, but more in particular, we are trying to figure out what seems to be going wrong right now with the Chargers offensively outside of the run game. Now, thus far, the Chargers are sitting at 2-2 going into the bye week here in week 5. And right now, there is already question marks really being pointed out as far as the Chargers offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, and what he seems to be doing, that Justin Herbert right now is looking like his absolute worst throughout this season. Now, we knew going into the season, the Chargers were going to be a run-heavy type of team. We know that having Gus Edwards and with J.K. Dobbins, they really wanted to feast more on the ground game and really start to work up time of possession and whatnot. So it would give Justin Herbert a little bit more time in the pocket, give him time to throw, and really look for more precise type of throws that would at the very least get this team downfield and score more points. Well, as of right now, it's kind of looked like a rough start to this point. Now, the Chargers, what they really have been doing well is that rushing yards per game thus far in 4 weeks, the Chargers have been ranked 11th at 127.8 yards per game that they have been rushing on. And the time of possession per those games is 17th in the league at 30-23. Now, we know that they are running the football down. We also know that they're also keeping the possession on their side and running the clock down against their opponents. But what seems to be going wrong is that the pass game for 4 weeks has not been opening up. And more importantly, it's what's causing a lot of the frustrations for Justin Herbert and why he doesn't seem to be throwing the football more than he usually does. Justin Herbert, in 4 games he's already played right now, has had 91 pass attempts and had 59 completed. So he's completing 64.8% of his throws and has only thrown for 578 yards. And each of those games, he's throwing just about 144.5 yards per game with 5 touchdowns and 1 interception, and has been sacked 6 times thus far. Right now, Justin Herbert, as we know, is the most consistent quarterback in the league, but this is unacceptable. The fact that the passing yards and the pass play games has not been looking like its best. As you can see, one of the biggest things that's been the hurts right now is that the Chargers are almost dead last in passing yards per game at 150.5, ranked 31st, with total yards per game at 29th, 278.3 yards. And with the points scored per game, they're only averaging about 17 points. That's 26th in the league. Something does not seem to be going right. Now, of course, when hiring Greg Roman, we knew he was going to be a run-first type of offensive coordinator. And what seems to be the difficulty compared to the Ravens offense with Lamar Jackson up at the time is that Lamar Jackson was a mobile running quarterback. He was the kind that really extended plays with his legs and only was accurate to a T, but was not a pure pocket thrower like what Justin Herbert is on, any good Sunday at the most part. But this does not seem to fit. It doesn't seem to be the one type of offense that seems to be gelling with Justin Herbert, and that's where a lot of the frustrations is coming from. With Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator, expect you're going to be running the football more often. But of course, too, the passing game really has been starting to plummet. And it really makes me think about over the last few years that the Chargers offensive coordinators have really made a big turnover. The only best one that I knew that was perfect for Justin Herbert and was in his rookie year with Shane Steichen, where they had a seventh ranked offense. It was a team that was not afraid to pass, a team that really was marching downfield with all of the passing efficiency. And after all those years, they hired Joe Lombardi, who had a 21st ranked offense with the New Orleans Saints. Then they go and hire Kellen Moore, who seemed to be like, a much better upgrade. But unfortunately, because of head coaching matters, it's what kind of made this whole thing an entire circus show to where now Staley was fired. Everybody on the staff was gone. And to where now Jim Harbaugh is the head coach, who I do admit is a great culture setter. But this is also a time where you really have to lean into your star quarterback's strength. And right now, I understand of what they're trying to put together as far as an efficient run game, but it does not seem to be working more for the pass game when you know that you need to. This is the NFL. Offenses change all the time, but we can't be going into a type of offense that's almost like a 1980s type where it's overly physical. It's something that they are kind of pulling back a little bit more on the pass game. No, you need to unleash Justin Herbert at his absolute best. And if this is the case with Greg Roman, where he doesn't end up changing up plays to where Justin can actually lean into what he was gifted to do, and that is to be throwing bombs deep downfield, then that's where I think Charger fans anticipate this. You really have to get rid of Greg Roman, because at the end of the day, you're going to find efficiency elsewhere. And something to kind of point out as well, too, that if this was a point that the Chargers would fire Greg Roman, I would say the only person that you could possibly elevate in this team would be Shane Day, the quarterback coach, because he has a closeness relationship with Justin Herbert, and to where this could potentially mesh and give it a try. If it succeeds, then you could say it definitely worked and he works well with Justin Herbert. But if it fails, it fails. You go find another offensive coordinator. But it sucks only because it's only just going to continuously stall Justin Herbert's ability to really unlock and unleash his big time potential. So hopefully the Chargers can figure it out in this week 5 bye, get everybody healthy. But this pass game has got to open up massively. Appreciate all of you guys for joining me here and checking out this video. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. Jake Silva signing off, and we'll see you guys on the next video here on Charger Syndicate. Bolt up, guys. Keep having faith in this Jim Harbaugh era.